Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Hello and welcome back. SEO used to be a race between Google and search marketers. Search marketers would come up with new, quick tricks to rank higher, and invariably, Google would come up with a new update that prevented quick, manipulative tactics from working, while changing the landscape of search rankings from the ground up. The two main algorithm releases were Panda and Penguin, but there were others along the way, and each algorithm shift made search marketers more and more paranoid. SEO experts were constantly hypothesizing and predicting which updates would come next and when, though Google never offered up any clues as to what was coming down the pipeline. Even today, in the wake of sensationalized updates like the Mobilegeddon change, search marketers are on edge about the next update that will throw the search engine world into chaos. However, there has been a critical development that may make it so that you never have to worry about another Google update again. When Google first released Panda, it viewed its main search algorithm as an inferior product, or as one that needed substantial improvements. Because it used many quantifiable ranking factors, it was open to manipulation, and it was subject to a number of ranking inconsistencies and hiccups. But after Penguin and Panda, the core evaluation system of the algorithm was firmly in place. Sites with high quality content, great user experience records, and a great reputation in the online community reliably rank higher than others. This fundamental quality standard has not changed in the past 4 years. Google still ranks companies based on how well they treat their users and how much respect they command from other online sources. So as a result, there haven't been any major algorithm shifts, and Google is satisfied with the current state of its algorithm. And most subsequent updates have been aimed at tweaking existing features or adding small new ones. So the last major update was back in 2012. And since then, all the other updates have been very small tweaks. For instance, the Hummingbird update of 2013, which introduced semantic search functionality to Google. Through semantic search, Google became better able to interpret the intent behind a user's query, rather than the keyword of the query itself. Nevertheless, the fundamental ranking factors, quality of content, etc., didn't change, so the update didn't affect many queries. Similarly, the Pigeon update, which is the unofficial name for it, of 2014, didn't shake things up much. It introduced a handful of new ranking factors, such as reviews on Yelp and other third-party directory sites, but the core ranking factors remained unaffected. Even Mobilegeddon, which was largely hyped and overblown by the paranoid search marketing community, ended up falling flat. Only a handful of sites were affected because Google was already using mobile optimization as a ranking signal. Each of these updates bore some significant change to Google's ranking process, but none of them overhauled the algorithm the way Panda and Penguin did. Only a tiny fraction of business owners saw any movement at all because of these updates. It's also worth noting that the way Google iterates its landmark algorithm changes has evolved over the past few years. Both Panda and Penguin were followed up with 2.0 updates, which carried almost as much weight as the original. A 3.0 and a 4.0 update came after Panda, and for some time, monthly refreshes were the norm. Once a month, a significant yet barely noticeable jolt in rankings would indicate that Google was pushing some new data through its system. These days, Google is still pushing regular data refreshes and algorithm tweaks, but you won't notice them. That's because they're gradually rolled out on an almost constant basis, so there's almost no visible volatility in rank. The bottom line is there are 3 factors to consider. First, Google isn't going to change its core values anytime soon. The fundamentals that make a good website are likely to remain consistent for the foreseeable future, and the search algorithm as it exists today does a great job of evaluating this. Second, updates are getting smaller and less impactful. The few major updates that have rolled out in recent years have had almost no impact on pre-existing rankings that were already abiding by Google's quality guidelines, while those that were gaming the system through manipulative tactics saw their rankings fall. And finally, Google is trying to push updates and data refreshes in new, more subtle ways, which barely affects search rankings in the short term. This conclusion that I've reached from these facts is that the era of scary Google updates is over. You no longer have to worry about being blindsided by some strange, revolutionary algorithm change. And as long as you continue to follow best practices and keep your users happy, you can rest easy knowing that your search visibility is safe. As user search behavior changes, companies and organizations will have to update their marketing and customer service strategies accordingly. SEO may not fade away entirely, but if you want to stay relevant in digital assistant-based search results, you'll have to do more to cater toward user preferences.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.